Rajiv Chandrasekhar joining us of the BJP. As you look at these numbers, Rajiv, will it make you nervous in the next 48, 72 hours, given how much BJP has staked on this election versus our polls, which are showing this is neck and neck and could go either way?
No, Rajiv, but not at all. I think the trajectory of the growth of the BJP in West Bengal, along with its successes in Puducherry and Assam, points to one very important evolution of the BJP as a national party. It's an inflection point because these are three states that are non-Hindi speaking states, where the BJP has been accused of being outsiders and all kinds of vicious lies and propaganda thrown at it, but has succeeded tremendously. And I actually am convinced, because of the nature of the momentum in West Bengal that even Amit alluded to earlier, that the BJP will form the government in West Bengal. It is too tight to call as with most polls, but on 2nd of May, I'm willing to concede Rahul's point that it will be a long day. It will turn out that West Bengal will also usher in not only change, but a rejection of this authoritarian trend that has been carried on by Mamta, which was previously carried on by the left. And usher in my opinion, a government that is truly Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. And West Bengal has been asking for it.
Sabka Vikas or a 70-30 government? One thing that was heard in Bengal is the BJP is targeting the 70% Hindu vote, because it takes the Muslim vote will go the other way. So when you say Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, let's be very clear. The BJP, like it or not, has run a polarized campaign.
The only people in these elections that have run a polarized campaign is the Congress. The Congress has become a one-trick party. They have absolutely nothing to talk about accepting minority appeasement and scaring the minorities. And you happen to interpret that as us polarizing the vote. The polarizing element in these elections are the Congress, with their opportunistic alliances with people in Assam that the whole country is seeing. In Kerala, they've been rejected for exactly what they've become, which is a party that sits on the back of causing fear in minorities. Nobody in the BJP does polarization. Our philosophy, whether it is in Puducherry, our campaign in Tamil Nadu, our campaign in West Bengal, our campaign in Assam, and indeed Kerala, were on the back of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, inclusive development, and rejecting this whole fear-mongering, divisive, lies, and all kinds of other instrumentalities that the Congress uses to scare the minorities.
Rajiv, one is not denying the Congress's, your charge that you're making about the Congress, but let's also be honest, the BJP has not run exactly a campaign shorn of communal polarization in Bengal. Please.
Look, I think Amit answered that question, Rajdeep, when you asked him. Amit Malviya answered that question. If a particular community is being left out of development in West Bengal because the party in power is so busy appeasing its minority vote bank, it is absolutely essential on the part of the BJP to communicate with the community that has been left out of development. That is not polarization. That is basically telling people that we will deliver to you an opportunity for prosperity and progress that 10 years of Mamta Banerjee has not. And that, I can assure you that on 2nd of May, one of the headline takeouts of these elections would be that increasingly people all over the country are rejecting this kind of nonsensical, fear-mongering, divisive politics that Mamta, Rahul Gandhi, and everybody of that ilk has pioneered.
I want to go across now to Delhi.